to the Red Rock Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is UFC 202 Media Day, and we had some fun and games yesterday at the press conference. It got cut short after Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz decided to chuck some insults, expletives, and then bottles and cans at each other. And today we've got the guys and the girls from the undercard. So we'll get round. We're starting a bit early. As you can see in front of me there, Cody Garbrandt, bantamweight contender, is already off and underway talking to some of the guys. And as you can see, if I just move around a bit, you can see these big name cards that are all around the room. We've got a lot of people here that we can get round and talk to. They'll start to join us in the media room as we go. And yeah, we'll grab a word with everybody and see what people have got to say for themselves. And your fight with Almeida, I think it was after that fight, you were on the mic and you were saying, I need to start getting some respect now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're getting that now? You know, you seem to be getting a lot more attention, and you're in that position now. You know, you're potentially one fight away from getting a shot at the title. The champ is talking about you constantly. Do you feel like you're getting that level of respect that you feel you deserve now?
Yeah, definitely. It just was about having the fights against. I had performances where I was knocking guys out too, but to go in there against an undefeated, tough rising star as well. When Thomas Almeida knock him out, like I said I was going to. Months before the fight happened, I called him a shot, and that's why I said I wanted John Lineker and Thomas Almeida, then a title shot.
Yeah.
So like I said, John Lineker was sick for a fight in February, and Gus Amenda stepped in, knocked him out, kept the momentum rolling, and fought Thomas, knocked Thomas out. Now I'm here with Takea. I'm gonna knock him out on Saturday, and then his title shot after that.
What happened, it escalated fast, and they shouldn't have came in like that, like they were tough shit. They should have just been on time and been respectful, and none of that shit probably would have ever happened, but,
Is there a level of respect for McGregor and his team, or do you think that they're trying to play by their own rules and they're not respecting the game?
Yeah, they're rude. They're rude. And they kind of cross the line with some shit. I think it's all funny, but yeah, it's a time and place to be a hard ass, but they're just plain out rude.
Yeah. Something I heard a few days ago, you rang up and offered to fight DC at 200. Tell me about this.
I was in Las Vegas. I heard that the fight fell through. They were scrounging for an opponent. Everyone said he couldn't do it. At the moment, I weighed about 190 pounds, so I called Joe Silva like, dude, I'm 190 pounds this morning. I would gladly take that fight. And unfortunately, he told me he has someone else already take it. I already have a fight booked, focused on that, and I didn't get the fight. So I think I'm right there, ready to fight for the title. I mean, my last two opponents were Kelvin Gastelum and Hector Lombard. Both the guys have beaten them prior to me or before me have both gotten title shots. So I feel like I'm just an opportunity away from fighting for a title, and once the opportunity comes, I'll make the best of it and become champ. So for me, it's just all about opportunity.
Lawrence Larkin fight. How do you see the fight going stylistically? How do you see the fight finishing?
Total domination by Neil Magny. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a great striker. He's pretty dynamic. He does some unorthodox stuff, but at the end of the day, have an 8-inch reach advantage. I'll use every inch of that reach and make a difficult fight for him. Look for a finish every chance I get.
Seeing everything that happened yesterday. Now, I know you and Conor have had words in the past.
Sure.
What did you make of yesterday? Do you think that Conor's going a bit too far now? Has he stepped away from the sport a bit too much? Is he not respecting the game?
He's always going too far, man. That's his thing. But what are you gonna do, man? I don't know. He's trying to maybe get inside the Nick's head. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know. Too far? Probably not. I don't know if there is too far in this sport. We get locked in the cage with another man trying to kill each other. So,
Tell us about Rick's story. You said you didn't have much nice things to say about his game. I think you said he's elementary striking, his wrestling wasn't too good. I mean, what do you make of him?
About sums it up right there. He's a gamer. He's unfortunately he's kind of a one-trick pony, man. He's big and powerful and pushes forward. His wrestling's so is jiu-jitsu. It's not really existent, man. From what I've seen, I haven't really studied much tape on the guy, but he's not out there just subbing people, he'll try and push me against the cage, and I can say he's just an old brawler. So is the new MMA, the great at everything, going to beat the old time one trick pony? We'll see.
Tell us first off the emotions when you got the call. And they said, right, you wait to step in, main card of a big pay-per-view with Conor at the top of the card as well.
I knew it was a big deal. But I didn't know how great it was going to be until I started seeing everything. I went to the airport, I landed in Vegas, they took my bags from me, they put me in the car, brought me to a great hotel. Only thing is I can't eat the food, you know what I mean? But tomorrow will be good. But I mean, it's an amazing opportunity, and I'm going to seize the day. I'm gonna do what I do.
What can we expect from you in terms of fighting style?
Aggression, man. I move forward, I press to fight. I'm there to get hit. I'm there to put on a show and knock out my opponents. That's why I'm 7-0, 7 knockouts. I go to finish the fight. Nobody's going to the third yet, and I don't plan on letting it happen Saturday.
Everyone knows what happened yesterday at the press conference. Give me your take on what went on there, because I mean I was pretty much front row, and we were just looking at each other. What the hell just happened?
I wasn't there. I was in the hotel relaxing. I seen it on Facebook, but it's hilarious, man. They're amping it up. They're giving the world what they want to see. I mean, you can't always oblige with stupidity and idiocracy, but they're probably, well, they might not be hungry. I don't know how much weight they were cutting. And none, maybe. Conor does his thing, and he amps up the fight, and he gets millions of people interested, and that's going to look good for me on Saturday.
Yeah, Donald Cerrone, he's not been that complimentary about you recently. What do you make of that?
I don't care. It seems like he's got to convince himself to get in there and fight me. Nothing wrong with that. He can say whatever he wants. It's not going to affect me at all.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is.
You talk about notoriety, the notorious Conor McGregor yesterday. It all kicked off at the press conference there. What did you make of it as a fellow professional athlete watching these two guys hurling bottles and cans at each other during the press conference?
We've been getting this a lot. I find it entertaining. Not so much the fact that innocent people could have been getting hit by that stuff, but I find it entertaining, and I want to watch the fight more.
Of all the people we could talk to about yesterday, you had like and for people who haven't seen this, and there can't be many that haven't, you were the one restraining Conor McGregor at the end of that fracas yesterday.
Yeah, I sure was.
From your perspective, tell me what actually transpired from your standpoint.
Well, listen, first and foremost, obviously you don't want those situations to happen with fans and media and camp members involved, but it was one of those moments where there's just so much pent-up aggression, so much pent-up anger, and I think now they just want it to be over. They want to get in the octagon on Saturday night. They started throwing some bottles, which is just not cool. We don't want to see somebody get hurt. But at the end of the day, these are two wildly passionate individuals, and it's going to be hard to restrain them for the next 48 hours.
Yeah. I mean, we've got the open workouts later today. I mean, in terms of, Conor's got a bit of a track record for having, let's say, less than stellar timekeeping. He doesn't wear watches to tell the time, I think was the phrase.
Yes.
How do you guys manage that?
First and foremost, I think what Dana said was appropriate. We're just trying to respect everyone's time. But Conor has always marched to the beat of his own drum, and you want to respect his accomplishments and what he's done in the sport. If we could get him just a little bit earlier, I think the world would be a better place. We try our best to make sure we're out in front of it and message his team and message him. And I know he really enjoys the open workouts and putting on a show for the fans, so I'm sure he'll be within reason today as far as time goes, but it's all a part of the show, man. When you have 500 plus athletes, they're all different, they're all wired a little differently, and at the end of the day, I respect the hell out of what Conor has done as an athlete and as an entertainer too.
Yeah, and is there any info you can give us, sort of early intel, in terms of just how big this event's going to be? I think Dana was saying it's trending to be the biggest pay-per-view you've done.
It definitely is trending to be a massive pay-per-view success, and at the gate, there's been some discussion about tickets and things like that, but I'm happy to tell you it'll end up being one of the top 5 gates in UFC history.
Okay.
So it speaks to the massive success. Now listen, surely I don't think there's going to be as many Irish fans here in attendance, but over the last 12 months there's been a lot of Irish fans in Las Vegas. They're very passionate. It's always great, and I imagine they'll still find a way to bring in that beautiful flag on Saturday night.
Absolutely. And the last one from me, and thanks for your time.
Of course.
UFC 204, Manchester.
Can't wait.
Manchester.
Can't wait.
It's going to be a through the night thing. Yes. Costa Ju versus Ricky Hatton happened in that very arena in 2005. That was a massive success. From a logistical point of view and managing the fighters in another time zone, but with them still on American time. How much of a challenge is that going to be?
I don't think it's going to be that much of a challenge because we'll start the communication now. So you would imagine that the Bisbings and Hendersons and the Belforts and the Musasi's, they're going to start to time acclimate as soon as possible. And we always encourage our athletes that if it's within reason and you can do it, your family's okay with it, get over there early, get used to the time frame. Surely fighting at 3 a.m. or whatever it's going to be an adjustment. But anytime we've done that, whether it's in Brazil, Asia, different parts of the world where it starts early, starts late, you see the athletes come in prepared. You know, this isn't the old days of Rocky training where you hit a slab of meat and run 5 miles. These guys are highly trained athletes, guys and ladies, and I don't think logistically it's going to be that much of a challenge.
No, it was a big success in Sweden where you did Rumble versus Gustafsson at the Tele2 Arena. That was in the middle of the night as well.
And for our fans there, we'll keep the beer ice cold for you all night long.
Excellent. That's a great way to finish it. Dave, thank you.
You're a good man, Simon.
Top man.
Conor McGregor, give it up. Conor, I know the media has a ton of questions for you, so I just want to ask you, what do you think of this turnout?
Fuck the Diaz brothers, yeah? Fuck those cockroaches!
Okay, fair enough. Let's go to the media. Who has the first question?
Conor, after everything that happened yesterday, the reaction that's happened online since, surely this fight was now 2 or 3 times bigger than it ever planned before. Fuck you! Yeah, it's a big fight. It always was. We came here ready for war. Not ready to throw little big bottles and go running. We're here ready to fight, so let's go. After the press conference yesterday, did you speak with Dana White, and if so, what was said? No, I just got the fuck out here and just get my head down and went running, that's it. As this is your last media obligation, do you have a final message for Nate Diaz? Listen, it's not fairy tale, he's had to happen, it's coming to an end. So all the fans, give him this invincible feeling that he can't be knocked out. He can be knocked out, and he will be knocked out.
Karen, I have a question for you about this fight in terms of your legacy. Obviously, the last fight with Nate is not...
My legacy's set in stone. My legacy was set in stone when Jose crumbled in 13 seconds. This is just something else outside of this. This is just a straight fight. So I'm happy with that because that's what I came in for. I came in here for a straight fight.
That answers my question.
Dana is now saying that after this is over, both of you should be punished for what happened yesterday, that a kid might have gotten hit with a
like I said, I was in fear of my life yesterday. Bottles were coming from mine, I was looking. It was just self-defense on my part. So I don't know, I was afraid for my life.
Conor, people criticise Team Diaz for leading the press conference. Just over here, what do you think from a professional standpoint?
Like I said, fuck Team Diaz.